the quote of "we could make the top 3 this season" seems something you can't find to believe with Force India, but as a Sergio Perez fan, I'm a big fan of his. He's proved to be a very good driver at Force India, but I just feel that's a bit over-ambitious.
I think that's very over-ambitious. I mean, when the car was unveiled earlier, well, a couple of months ago, it looked terrible. Everyone immediately saw this car with his big ugly nose and his big gigantic shark fin, and everyone was like, that looks rubbish. And there's an old saying in F1, if a car looks fast, it probably is. And that car did not look fast. And I think it's been proven now in testing. You know, I said this to you ages ago. I think last season was like Force India's Jordan 99. You know, it was their peak year. They absolutely got it right. They're perfect. Finished 4th in the constructors. Did very, very well. I don't think they'll ever reach those dizzying heights again. And I don't think this car is going to allow them to reach those heights. They say top 3 is the aim, but you could just tell the minute you saw the car, you knew they weren't going to get top 3. It's just not happening. I
guess as well, because last season was a fantastic season for them. I think they got, was it two podiums?
I think it might be more than that.
Might be more than
4.
And obviously for India that's a great achievement, but it's always going to be difficult to repeat that the season after. And you could say for once, Force India have a bit of pressure on them with, let's be honest, the likes of McLaren and Honda not performing well.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, last year was a perfect year for them, but when you've got the likes of McLaren and Honda, who, you know, are rubbish right now, but I think will get better. You've got Renault, who I think are going to get better as well. You know, Renault have got manufacturers' money behind them. Haas as well. You know, they're going to start getting up there eventually and, you know, competing. Toro, there's a lot of competition for the midfield this season, which is, you know, generally Force India's area. And last season they came out on top, but this season I don't think the car's as good as some of their rivals. So I can't see them having such a great season.
Sergio Perez has a new teammate. His name is, of course, Esteban Ocon. We know him very well from last season.
Yep.
What do you expect from him? Do you think he could just progress, get more experience on his back?
Honestly, I think Esteban Ocon for me is second only to Stoffel Van Dorn for the amount of hype around a good young, you know, rookie driver. People seem to forget, because obviously Max Verstappen was great in GP3, Formula 3. Well, Esteban Ocon actually won it the season that Max Verstappen finished 3rd, and he was a rookie as well. So I think he's kind of flown under the radar a bit as Esteban, but I rate him very highly. I'm glad to see him in F1. I was worried that he'd never make it, to be honest. So I'm glad to see him at a more decent team than the Manor. But again, it's kind of tough being thrown into F1 in a not so good car. It's okay if everyone knows it's not so good car, but when it's a Force India, there is a bit of expectation. And then when you're going up against the likes of Sergio Perez, who's become a very established driver, it's going to be very tough for him this season.
You mentioned the Mexican. Of course, he's a guy who seems to have a new trick up his sleeve with these tyres. They somehow keep going. You know, when they're dead, he keeps it alive. He revives them, and he's done very well with that. What can you expect from him this season?
Well, I mean, that's the key thing. I think the tyres are, I want to say they're a bit more durable this season. Obviously, they're much bigger. I don't know if that will affect the performance, but I think they're more durable, which could play into his hands quite nicely. I mean, that's where he got most of his points and podiums from last season. You know, he would just drive the car for a lot longer than anyone else would, which I think is an incredibly valuable trait for a driver. I think if you're not the quickest, make sure you're at least the smoothest, or something to that effect. But Perez, I mean, he's proven how good he is now. I think everyone knows how good he is. It's just whether the car will back him up really this season.
So it's that good old last question again. The Constructors' Championship prediction. Which one are you going for? Is it going to be mid-table, or could it be even lower?
Well, I said McLaren 6th. I'm going to say Force India. I'm going to say 8th.
8th out of 10?
Yeah, 8th out of 10. I know that's low. I think they'll only really beat Haas and Sauber, you know. I'm not expecting a good season from them. Hopefully I'm well wrong. But I just think looking at their competition, I can't see them finishing higher than 8th.
Well, as a Force India fan, I hope you're wrong. But no, that's it. That is your opinion. We want to hear your thoughts as well. Comment below on our video and subscribe to Let's Talk Sport.